in with Anna Carlson up here in Bemidji. Hi, Anna.
Hi.
So we're in your beautiful home, and there's your roof, which we're not outside, but that's solar ready, you said, right?
Yes. So when my husband and I built this place, one of our primary goals was to install solar at some point. We knew we probably weren't going to be able to afford it right away, and so we worked with our contractor and our architect to orient our building south. So we have a beautiful southern exposure here. We get a lot of natural light that way, and it means that our south-facing sloped roof here is ready for a solar installation. And I was just mentioning that we're hoping that summer or fall of 2025 will be the year that we get to install the system. Another goal of ours was to make our home as energy efficient as possible. So we built with materials known as SIP panels, or structurally insulated panels. That's basically compressed foam between plywood or boards, and it just makes it really airtight. So what that also means, though, is that you need to pre-chase all of your walls for any plumbing or electrical wiring. And the SIPs panels are also on our roof. So we knew if we wanted to put a solar system on, we'd need to pre-chase those panels to be ready for the wiring.
And so when you built this house, you said you wanted the the south-facing wall.
Yes.
Sunlight.
Yep, we wanted to have the best solar exposure we could for both electricity generation and just for that passive solar, the natural light that comes in. In fact, this big beautiful space in the wintertime gets very warm without having to heat up the space, just with all the beautiful natural light that comes in.
So tell me about the importance when you're building this house of, you said, making a really good shell.
Yes, so up here in northern Minnesota, it gets typically pretty cold in the winters, and so we want to make sure that any energy that we're using to heat up our space isn't just going out of the windows and walls, basically. So we wanted to build with specific materials to keep as much of that energy inside as possible. And so, as I mentioned, we went with a contractor that had experience with SIP construction, the structurally insulated panels, and then also we have a walkout basement and a foundation, and in the foundation we use something called insulated concrete forms, or ICFs, which are another way to basically add a bunch of insulation into your foundation to make that space as energy efficient as well. And then when we looked for a heating source, we consulted with our electric utility, and we learned a lot about heat pumps and how efficient those are, and we went with ultimately an air source heat pump that provides us both with heating and cooling and pulls the latent heat out of the air, even in really cold weather, which is kind of phenomenal. And then we have a propane backup system. So we also have a beautiful wood stove here that we actually use as mostly our backup, but we even, just for triple check purposes in northern Minnesota, have backup systems. This Blaze King fire stove was marketed as one of the more efficient on the market in terms of how you can ramp it down and use less wood to produce just as much heat, and was the only EPA certified wood stove that we could find in terms of air quality controls. So that was another consideration that we had.
So tell me, why is this important to you?
So my background is in environmental studies, and when I was probably 18, I was sitting in a college classroom in Duluth, UMD, and learning about climate change back in 2002. And it really struck me just how much we need to examine what we use for our energy and the responsibilities we have to take care of this beautiful land and air and water that we're blessed with. And so growing up, and I knew when we had the resources to build, I really wanted that to be embedded in the design and in the choices that we made, to be really climate conscious about the way we use energy.
So, is there anything else you wanted to add?
The network of people interested and engaged in this work at the homeowner level is vast. And it's a beautiful network of people to share experiences and insights and connect you with resources. And so I think particularly in Minnesota, and I'm going to throw a shout out particularly to the clean energy resource teams, because they have created such a great foundation and network of both experts and ordinary citizens and businesses that just provide a wealth of information to be able to pursue these types of solutions.
Right, so dive in. We've got the resources and the people to help, right?
Absolutely.
All right, thanks so much, Anna.
Thank you.